Hi, hope you guys are doing well. So today we'll be creating this shield effect in Blender. It can be in any color as you want and can have multiple different patterns depending on what you're looking for. First of all, you should download. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. It's a small channel and it won't cost you anything. Thank you. The image texture that I have is in the link is in the description below. And if you want me to teach you how to create seamless image textures like this, a general guideline, I at least had 5 comments of people asking me to do this. Then I'll make a tutorial on how to create such seamless images. So first of all, we'll head on to Blender, and I'll just hide the default cube for now, and then Shift A. You can use plane or you can use a circle. Oh, sorry. You can use a circle if you want a circular one, or and if you want a hexagon or pentagon, you can lower its subdivision to get what you want. So I'll just go with octagon. So I'll just go tab into edit mode and then click on F to fill it up, and then RX90 so that it's facing the front, and I'll just make the camera so that it's facing it in the front. Then I'll just go into UV editing. Again, go into camera view and then click on U unwrap, and then you will actually get the texture like so. I'll just leave it for here down. Then we'll go into shading tab, and I'll just go into render view. We'll have to turn on bloom, and I'll just give it the default material and I'll call it shield. So to get started, I'll just start with changing the blend mode to alpha blend and shadow mode to none, because I don't want it to react to light. You can actually mess with the settings as you like, but I'll just go with this. Then click on Shift A and type image and navigate to where the image texture. I'll just select the octagons on, and then I'll just select it or add it over here, and now as you can see it's actually tilted. I don't want it like that, so I'll just go into UV editing again, and I'll rotate this to match the view from over here so that it looks the same. And also I'll just scale it up so that as you can see it's perfectly looping. So I'll go back into shading and I'll plug this into the alpha of the image into alpha of the principal BSCF. Then I'll go into the search tab and search for mix node, and we're just going to change the mix to multiply, and instead of plugging it over here, we're going to plug it into the emission tab over here. And the emission strength, it can be more than if you want, but I'll just go with 2 for now. Then I'll actually go into shift search and then add a mapping node, then add in a texture coordinate node, and then plug in the UV into the vector, and then the vector into the vector of the octagons. And then I'll just go ahead and add in a color ramp. The color ramp should be just a single one, it shouldn't have multiple colors. I'll just go with let's just say I'll just go with the blue one for now, and I'll plug it into the base color of the principal BSCF, and also plug it into the mix multiply node. This way you can see that we're getting a sort of a bluish sort of color, but maybe we can actually make it darker so that it's more obvious. And also change the factor, this way the color is more obvious. I'll just go with a sort of a reddish color, or maybe orangish color, or even if you want blue, green, any color you want, but factor has to be 1 for it to work. And also I'll just go with this sort of color for now. Then the next step is to add in a mix shader. So you basically be changing this color over here to change the color of the shield. The first step, that's it. Then I'll just after adding the mixture, I'll duplicate it, and then I'll duplicate it again like this, and then I'll add Shift A and transparent BSDF, and I'll do this again and again. I'll just turn on my cube just to see that the cube actually has the same material as our shield. So I'll just give it a new material and remove the old one. I just want to see that if the shield is transparent or not, and as you can see, the shield is in fact transparent. You can turn on bloom and ambient occlusion if you want, and you can mess around with the bloom settings if you want. You can also change the emission strength to something higher if you want, but I'll just stay with 2 for now. Then the next step is to add in a color ramp, and I'll plug it into the second mix shader. Then add in a noise texture. I'll plug in the factor into its factor, and then the scale I'll just change it to something like 50, and I'll move this to about over here. And as you can see, we're getting these weird swatches or some sorts. So after that, we will add in another color ramp. I'll just duplicate this one for ease, and I'll just make a little bit more space, and we're going to plug it into this third one and move this one to about over here. Then Shift A and add in a gradient texture, and also duplicate this mapping and texture coordinate node from over here, and then just plug it in to over here. But this time, instead of UV, we'll be using the object coordinates, and then plug it in over here. And instead of linear, I'll just go with spherical. This way we're getting this circular opening in the center. You can change it or decrease it as you like, as you wish. And yes, so now you can actually edit it as you wish. So I'll just change the light to something more bright, I guess, like 7, so that we can see it better. And also now this is our shader, just in case you actually have any confusion or anything like that. And now for the animation of the shield, as we actually saw that it was the shader was animated. So I'll just open this third here and then go into timeline, and the shader is going to be animated. So we're going to be needing the Shift A value node, and we're going to be needing it a bunch of times. So I'm just going to duplicate it again and duplicate it again. So now for the scale, if you want to change it is with these, because again it's seamless, so we actually need it to be the same value for all of this in XYZ. So that's why we can actually just edit it from over here, as you can see, or you can actually mess with the UVs. It's up to you. I'll leave it to 1 for now. Then the second value is the location of the hexagons. So I'll just plug it in over here, and let's just say we want our animation to last for 3 seconds, so it's going to be 72 frames. Change your frames from over here, FPS, from this setting over here, output, and yes, so I'll select this, and on the first frame I'll just click on I, and then you have to have this node selected. That's how you're going to see these keyframes over here. And then I'll move it to frame 72 and change this value to 0.7, or if you want to move it faster, then you can do that, and then I again to add in a keyframe. So now let me just show you how it will look. It's going to start moving like this. So now this is just moving the hexagons, and then right click, also interpolation mode to linear, but we also want this noise effect to also move. So we're going to plug in the noise texture, we're going to change the noise texture from 3D to 4D and the value into the W of the noise texture. And again we'll do the same thing, I on the 0 value, and then on frame 72.3 and then I again, and then right click, interpolation mode, linear. This way now it's more dynamic. Look, the animation is way more dynamic. As you can see, the noise texture is moving itself and the hexagons are also moving. So the next step is to give this shield a border. So I'll just go into the modifiers, add modifier, and then add in a solidify modifier, and then I'll add in a bevel modifier. So the solidify modifier I'll just offset to 0 and the thickness to 0.02. I'll just show you. As you can see, it has a little bit of thickness, so I'll then apply it. Then the bevel modifier, I'll also give it the bevel amount to 0.02 again, and this time the segments are going to be 3, and then I'm going to apply it as well. And then I'll give it a new material called border, and I'll change it to emission, just turn to 50. And also in the shading tab, I'll just go ahead, we'll have to first go into the shield one and click over here to get the color, and then on the hex one you can control C and copy this, and I'll go back into the border one and I'll just paste this color over here. And then we're going to go into edit mode, select all, face select mode and Z wireframe, and then C and deselect the central faces, only have the corner faces, the beveled ones, and then assign them the border material. This way you'll have a shield looking like this. It really puts the effect together. So now the final thing to give the animation, go into this data tabs and into the shape keys, click plus to add another shape key, then click plus again to add another shape key, and I just want the animation to be around 12 frames of the appearing one. So I'll just first tab into edit mode, select all, and then S0 and then tab out. So now when I have the value 1, the shield is gone, and then I'll click this dot over here to add a keyframe, and then on frame 12 I'll make the value go to 0, and then click again to add another keyframe, and then interpolation mode, right click interpolation mode as linear. So now when we play it, as you can see, it's over effect. So again, if you like this tutorial, please leave a like, and if you want me to teach you how to create these patterns, then please, I need at least 5 comments and 10 likes from you guys, so that I will make the tutorial on how to create the patterns for yourself. The pattern should be white and with black or transparent background, and it will work either way. So please subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel and watch another one of my videos, as that's how the YouTube algorithm works. It's a small channel and it won't cost you anything. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.